What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 25 of our RB Barna Let's Play here in Football Manager 2020. Today is a big day for us, really. We take on Real Madrid here, who have been struggling as of late. They've slipped up a lot over the winter period. Fixture congestion, definitely a factor, I think. You can see they have drawn against Villarreal and also lost against Levante. They have won their last couple of games, though, so it's not going to be easy. But you can see here, the reigning champions, Real Madrid, currently 11 points behind us. A win here could take us 14 points clear of them with 16 games left of the season. And I really hope that we can do that today. That's got to be the aim, right? We are in such a good position. We're scoring so many goals. Even if we were to lose today, yes, they'd close the gap slightly on us, but we would still maintain a 4-point gap over the teams behind us. And, well, you can see here, looking at our upcoming games, we have still got Barcelona and we have still got Valencia to play. But we'd still be in a very good position, and I think at this moment in time we have to consider ourselves favourites. Anyway, you can see here we have had the Champions League knockout stage draw, and we've been drawn against Arsenal, who we lost against last year in the Europa League. So, looking forward to the rematch. That will be next episode. And well, you can see here, we've only played 3 games since the last episode, but going away to the Bernabeu, always a massive game. This is always going to be vital in our season. And I'm hoping that we can come out on top. You can see 3 matches played since you were last here. We first took on Leganes, bottom of the league. We should have beaten them convincingly. We played our rotating 11, but in the end it was actually Haaland on off the bench who had to come on and make a difference for us. He scored in the 64th minute, and Abel Ruiz grabbed his goal in the 86th to extend his fantastic goal-scoring record this season. And then we took on Girona, a team who are, well, not one of the strongest teams in the league, and they put up a bit of a fight. There were some really nice finishes in this game, actually, namely Suarez's first goal and Coita's third goal of the games here. And, well, Denis Suarez on the half volley. We then had a little bit of an odd own goal that kind of everyone froze and stopped still and watched it trickle over the line. I'm not going to complain about it. Coita then scored on the half volley from a corner. And then a minute later, Haaland with an absolutely tremendous finish, smashing it into the near post. Keeper maybe should have done better. We're not going to complain. And then we played in the Copa del Rey, where we came up against Numancia, who, if I'm not mistaken, used to play in La Liga. They did about a decade ago. You can see it's not been the best time for them as of late. It was an expected win. And, well, we beat them 5-1 with our rotated 11. Jonathan David grabbing 2, Abba Ruiz with 1, Jedson Fernandez and Brais Mendes grabbing the goals there. So, yes, in terms of what you've missed since you were last here, obviously it's been January. It's been the transfer window. We have got a sale happening, and it's Alex Blesser, who, he's been a good player in our B team, and don't get me wrong, he's a young player with lots of potential, but centre mid, we are very stacked in. We don't need more centre mids, really. And we had an offer of £26 million from Porto. I'm not going to reject that, so we have decided to let him go. You can see Reguilon had an offer of £42 million from Manchester United. Tavares had that offer that we saw at the end of last episode of £18 million. There's been a few offers here, there and everywhere. For a few other players, you can see Leverkusen did come in with a bid for Blesser, but it was nowhere near Porto's. Yeah, the game's been tempting me into sales, and, well, we've not made any as of yet, of course. Loads of wage budget, not really a great deal of transfer budget, so the Blessed deal might allow us to reinvest without weakening our first team. I am still looking at goalkeepers, and I had a bid for Onana accepted, which is really cool. You know, you're making a bid. The goalkeepers that we discussed, I decided that Onana, he was the best fit for us. It wasn't a small bid, it was £60 million that they'd accepted, with only $20 million of it up front. And then the board decided to block it. They were like, hey, we don't think you should spend more than £37 million on him. And I was like, but we've got a £60 million bid negotiated. They didn't give a hoot. They didn't give a... They went, no, not happening, blocked. So I cried a little bit, which is a little bit annoying because I think he's actually worth £60 million if he could be a real difference maker for us this year. He's kept 7 clean sheets in 15 league games for Ajax, loves big matches, loves being consistent. Oh, there's so many good things about him. I'm tempted just to make the same offer again. I bet they won't even accept it this time, Ajax. Let's just give it a go. They want to block it again. Talk to board. Can I convince them? I urge you to reconsider. Let's just tick a different option. The fee agreed is more than we're willing to spend. I can't stress how important I believe this to be. Oh my god. Oh, why did I not click those options the first time? Right, so we might be able to sign him. 60 million is a lot of money, but if we are going to sell Blesser for £20 million, and the fact we've got £94 million in the bank, and we have loads of wage budget left over, I kind of feel okay doing it. You guys can let me know. Would you spend £60 million on this guy? I feel like he offers so much that we need in a keeper. Really good with the ball at his feet. His distribution is top drawer. And compared to our current keeper, Blanco, who in previous years has done well, this year really hasn't done well. We can see an average rating of 6.83 is awful. I just feel like Onana makes a lot of sense. He could be the difference maker for us. But anyway, that's something that we will try and negotiate in time for the Champions League games against Arsenal, which will be next episode. Of course, the Champions League registration rules have slightly changed now, so players can be registered in January, even if they played for another team. So that definitely works in our favour here if we were able to sign him. But anyway, this is the team that I think we're going to go with today. Look at this sea of green of average ratings as of late. Everyone is playing so well. And well, let's hope that we can keep that going against Real Madrid here. The last couple of episodes, we've taken on Barcelona twice. We've struggled a little bit. Against Real Madrid, we've not looked too bad. You can see their team here. It's a very, very good team. But we're ahead of them in the league for a reason. They've been struggling with the just sheer quantity of fixtures. There's been so many games played. We, of course, with our two kind of 11s that we just rotate on a really regular basis, have really been able to juggle and manage the fixture congestion well. And the fact we've been able to remain competitive in pretty much every competition and, be doing as well in the league as we are, I think is largely down to the fact that we have now reached a point where we have our best 11 and then a rotated 11. And the rotated 11 is good enough to see off a lot of the teams in the bottom half of La Liga. Really works in our favour. And when you've got players like Abel Ruiz just having breakthrough seasons and scoring almost 20 goals in the first half of the year, it's kind of not surprising to see us doing so well. But let's see how we got on here. Koita breaking through. I've said that so many times this year, and he finishes it this time. That's his 19th goal of the season. 21 minutes gone. The first highlight of the game. What a finish that was. And we're off to a flyer. And well, Nordi doesn't get enough credit, Nordi, but he wins the ball back there superbly. Of course, signed for £37 million to play right back. He just goes about his business. He just does it well. And I feel like he's been overshadowed perhaps by just how well Koita and Abel Ruiz have done. Similarly with Palacios, players who did join us this year and it is their first season at the club. Make it no mistake, they might not be banging in the goals like our strikers are, but they've been a massive proponent of our success. And while Koita's through again, can he get his second of the game? He's clean free, skews this one. Just wide of the post. The defence was hot on his heels, putting him under a little bit of pressure. And yeah, he couldn't maintain his cool. But good to see us hitting them on the break. That is what we want to do against these big teams who want to play a high line, who want to boss the ball. We are happy to win the ball quickly and then try and punish them with our fast attack breaking away. Anyway, Odriozola gives the ball away and it's now with us again. Haaland looping it over to Koita. Can he finish it this time? He can't. He's got to score more of these, really. 3 clear-cut chances, 3 breakaways like that. Can we just discuss this shot that their right back had? I hope you saw that on the recent events. It didn't look pretty by their right back, but it remains 1-0 here. 3 clear-cut chances, only 1 goal scored. Koita could have had a hat-trick in the first half of this game. It's mad to say that he probably could have in excess of 25 goals if he just finished a few more for us. But that is just how crazy his season's been. And well, they're on the attack here, Real Madrid. Hazard heads over. We've been let off the hook just a little bit there. That was a little bit of a dangerous effort on our goal. But we live to fight another day. And well, let's see what we can build from the back here. Martinez to Reguilon, who of course has been attracting interest from the likes of Manchester United recently, the left back. And well, he dinks the ball forward to Koita. What a run that is. Tight angle. And he can't find the back of the net. Although defensively, Real Madrid looked a little unorganised just for a second there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the ball up high up the pitch and punish them. But at the break, 1-0. And Blanco's having a good game, folks. It's not often I've been able to utter those words. In truth, they've only had 3 shots on target all game, so it's not like he's had a load to do. But, well, with almost an hour gone here, we're 1-0 up. They've brought on Luka Jovic. They need a goal here. And, well, Palacios, what a ball that is to Erling Haaland. What can he do here? Koita's not really in the box. He's going to have to hold this up a little. Picks out Suso with the header, and he headers it just the wrong side of the post. The ball trickled so close yet so far wide of the upright. And while Real Madrid trying to get the ball here, look at that. We just boot the ball forward. No nonsense. It's like the old John Smith advert with the have it. If you don't know the advert I'm on about, just search have it. It'll probably come up. If in doubt, hoof it out. It's always been my mantra. That's not actually true. I usually like to play really nice football in Football Manager, but I feel like we've just found something that works here in Spain. It's the traditional Great British 4-4-2 with long balls over the top and relying on the wind to hold up the ball for our attackers. It's a classic. Can we defend the corner here? It's cleared by Palacios. And 20 minutes left. I should probably make some subs. Suso's not had the greatest of games, so we'll bring in Mendes. Haaland's been a little bit hit and miss. You know what? I'm going to bring in Abel Ruiz. It's not often that Abel Ruiz and Koita have played alongside each other. And Denis Suarez has kind of been a bit hit and miss, but so's Florentino Luis. And you know what? We'll bring in Jedson Fernandez, because Fernandez can find important goals, I feel like. But it is only 1-0 here, and while Blanco collects that well, I was concerned that we could concede. Now can we launch something on the break? Koita turns his man in the wide areas. Can he pick out Ruiz in the middle? Varane had to make that tackle correctly and did make it correctly in the penalty area. But Real Madrid now in possession of the ball. Bale, he's just been the bane of my existence since we came to Spain, the Welshman, and he's running forward again, although this time we read it well. Ruiz on off the bench. Can he thread through Koita? He can. Look at the pace the number 11 has, and he kicks it straight at Courtois. He should have had 4 or 5 goals this game, Koita. I'm kind of disappointed by his finishing. Cruz now to whip in the corner for them. This is feeling oddly familiar. We've had games like this before against the big dogs here in Spain where we dominate the game but we just can't find the breakthroughs. The good news is here we've not conceded yet, and if you don't concede you can't lose, and Koita makes an incredible run and just the end product's not quite there for him. Oh, he could have 5. It's the most mad thing about this all. He breaks through, he uses that pace of his. 3 minutes of added time, it's still only 1-0, but we'll take that. A huge 1-0 win away from home at the Bernabeu. Was not convincing. Nordi, man of the match. Very proud of you, my friend. You can see here, he's not the craziest of average ratings, but in this game here, where he needed to come big, he has come big. You can see Solskjaer spotted, having a look at Reguilon. Yeah, don't do that. He's not going to United, not unless they offer me like 70 million. Nordi put in a top display. I'm hoping that we're going to get news about the Onana offer being accepted, and then we can submit a contract and leave everything on a cliffhanger today, because he would be a huge addition for us in goal. The other benefit he has is the fact that he does have a Netherlands citizenship, which means he wouldn't count towards our foreign player limit, which would be a pretty big Brucey bonus, if I might say so myself. Right. Few players reaching yellow card limits, which is going to be annoying because it means for our next league game we're going to be without them. You can see we've got a game against Valladolid in the Copa del Rey. We're not going to worry too much about that. Next time, Champions League doubleheader. That's where all eyes have to be, I feel like. It's going to be absolutely huge for us. Manchester United make an offer for Reguilon. They've offered 45 million. I need to up his asking price. I want 80 million for him. They've bid 51. Oh, and Anana is interested in discussing contracts. Let's just have first choice keeper. He's happy with that. He wants 90,000 a week. The good news is he wants a really high release clause, and he's not got too many crazy bonuses in here. If I can get it for 75, I'd be pretty happy. I'm going to try and lowball him at 70, but I'm very mindful of the fact that it's probably going to be about 75 that we have to shake on here. I'll take that though. £75,000 for a first choice keeper who relishes big matches, who's a consistent performer. He's still pretty young as well at 25. And his distribution is just absolutely incredible. His passing of 14, his reflexes are good. His throwing and kicking are just top draw. Great aerial reach, great composure on the ball as well. There's so much to like about this guy, isn't there? I mean, it would be mad not to sign him, it feels like. Although we are throwing quite crazy money at him, I feel like it's got to be worth every penny if he can solve all our problems. And of course, I didn't really think about it, Onguene also plays for the Cameroon national team, so we'd have a little bit of synergy in the defence. Of course, Onana, an ever-present part of our defence. Sorry, not Onana. Onguene has been an ever-present part of our defence. We don't really talk about him enough. He does the business for us. That's all I need to say on it. He's always there, doesn't really make any mistakes. It's been a pillar of stability as part of our backline this year. £60 million is not cheap, but we've got the money to spend. We've been pretty shrewd with our spending. over recent years, and it's a deal that would, well, extend over a longer period of time. I'm wondering, can we get more from United? 70 million. They really don't want to go higher than 51. I can't accept that. I just can't. He's our club captain, really, really important player in our team. And the fact, obviously, he's Spanish is just a really nice big bonus. Let's up his asking price. He's got a release clause of 150 million. If they want to trigger it, then they can have him. I'm going to play hardball there. Anyway, Onana I don't think is going to be done before the Valladolid game, but I'm hoping we can get that move over the line before the transfer deadline at the end of the week. It would be a really, really good addition for us. And well, hopefully next time we'll be talking about how great things are going and how we're top of the league and the Champions League knockout stages is going to be easy for us. But that's unlikely to be the case because, as we experienced last year, Arsenal, it turns out they're pretty good if we just look at their players. They've got a good squad. Lacazette, they've actually got a lot of their younger players coming through, which is interesting to see. And yeah, it's not going to be easy, is it? But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up everything from me today. Hopefully I see you guys next time. If you've enjoyed this video, as always, do drop a like on it. And yeah, that is all from me today. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.